Hello everybody, it's Aaron back from Screen Stars, and I'm here once again to do another review for Geek, Legion of Doom. And today I'm here to review the 2019 horror film The Dark Days of Demetrius, a film that is written and directed by Dakota Ray, who also stars in the film as Demetrius. Now this is a film, it's only an hour long, and it's a very low budget film, and it focuses on Dakota Ray's character Demetrius, who is known as the live stream killer. And essentially what that means is he kidnaps people and kills them, and as he kills them he streams it live over the internet for his supposed fans. And along the way in this film there is also a really slimy reporter who has his own internet news website, and in order to generate news for his website he goes out and kills people himself and puts it up as news on his website, ends up interviewing the live stream killer, and then starts making everybody think that the kills he has done are also the live stream killer's kills, which doesn't go down well at all with Demetrius. Right, so that's kind of what the film is about. What are you as an audience member going to make of this film? Well, I think it really does depend on what kind of a horror fan you are, because essentially this film is very cruel, dark and twisted. And to give you an idea of some of the things you're going to see when you watch this film, you're going to see cats put in microwaves, you're going to see people urinating on dead bodies. It's a very mean-spirited film, and very dark and twisted, and it's not an easy film to watch, but it's very creative, and I do feel that there is actually quite a lot of talent involved in this film. I think Dakota Ray has got a very dark mind that is perfect for the horror genre, and I think he has got a very creative mind, and I do think it can certainly be channeled into something quite special. I think if he's given a budget and a talented crew around him, I think he probably could create something quite special. But what we have here is a very low budget film that is quite difficult to watch, that is certainly not perfect, and I think it will definitely depend on your taste in horror films, your take on this film in particular. I think the way it's filmed is fine. It's very low tech, if you like. It's all kind of done on like mobile phone type things, and it feels quite documentary style, found footage style almost. And it flips between the characters, and it's got this blue filter throughout it, and it's quite stylized in how it's filmed, and it's quite unique in how it looks and feels. But it's certainly not an easy film to watch. It's not an easy film to recommend, because for me it feels like there's very few redeeming features here, other than like I've said, the creativity involved and how it looks and feels. It's got a very dark and twisted feel to it, but it's so mean-spirited it is hard to recommend on that on any level really. But I suspect there are quite a few fans out there that really love this type of horror and really love this type of film that this filmmaker puts out. So I genuinely don't think you're going to be disappointed if you are one of those horror fans. But I would very much like to see what Dakota Ray could do with a bigger budget and you know, a real story to work with here, because he's got a very creative mind. There are flaws with this film. It's only an hour long, and it kind of feels like I mean, for example, he drives around in a white pickup truck, for goodness sake, at night. It stands out like a sore thumb. This reporter who generates his own news by going out and killing people, I mean, he's arguably sicker in the head than, you know, Demetrius, and the actor that plays him so over the top with crazy smiles and looks, and you know, it's hard to think how he would ever have fit into society, because he's definitely crazed. I would have liked a bit more backstory. I would have liked to known a little bit more about these characters. As it is, you're just kind of thrown into this film and thrown into the brutality of it, and you either accept it or you don't. It felt messy in that sense in regards to the storytelling approach to the film. But yeah, it's an odd film because it's only an hour long. It feels kind of tacked together. It feels cheap, very low budget, but very creative in its approach to horror filmmaking, and it feels like the start of something for this creator, Dakota Ray. It feels like the start of something for him on his journey to making horror films. But for me, it's not to my taste, this film, but I do think there are a lot of horror fans out there that would probably appreciate this and maybe understand it better than me. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's not to my taste, but I do recognise that there is some talent involved here and some creativity. But just be warned going into this, it's not tame in its approach. It really is quite dark and impactful, and pretty twisted at times. So that's my review for The Dark Days of Demetrius. Watch it with care and with caution, because it's not an easy watch at all. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you back on Geek Legion of Doom for more reviews.